Happy Thursday to you all. Good morning. Good morning. It is a beautiful day here in Damascus, and we are here in our new studio here in front of the big wave wall behind me, here in the tank of Alias Ministries and First Baptist Church of Damascus. Today is our Thursday. It's our time for our happy thought. We'll be thinking happy thoughts today in the middle of all this craziness we have kind of going around us. Hearing rumors about school not starting back until at least next year, and maybe it's crazy. We're not going to, go into all that, but just a happy thought for today. I know that my wife and I, we watch a lot of HGTV. I'm sure most of you do too. It seems to be very, very popular. I like the Chip and Joanne. I think they're wonderful. I like the two from, was it Hometown? Where the big burly guy with the beard. He is, always being funny, and his little cute blonde-haired wife. And it's just all fun to watch. And I like to watch the people as they go and look for these dream homes all over the world. And they have like $20 budgets. So you're going to need to make this work. And so it just got me to thinking, about our homes and our lives here. And as we're kind of not stuck in our homes, as you would think, but we're in our homes and search for our homes. And my wife and I, we have a beautiful home. It's been in our family for about, I think Brady's the fifth or sixth generation to live in this house that we're in, this farmhouse that was renovated a few years back. And to where my grandfather, my great-grandfather, my dad, we've all lived in it. And it's just an amazing thing. And it's kind of our nearest neighbor is about 50 yards away, and that's my mom and dad. And then farther than that, it's probably almost 500, 600 yards before we have another neighbor. So we have a lot of room and a lot of place to play and a lot of peace and serenity and as much peace as you can have when I'm living there, because I am like the bull in the china shop and just crazy with the energy. And me and my boy Brady, we do lots of crazy stuff. And my wife does too. She won't let me tell this, but since this is a Thursday happy thought and I'm allowed to be happy, I'll tell you that she is a maniac too. We run around. We have a lot of fun times, but we lived in small places. We lived in a townhouse in Damascus. We've lived nearby, and we've always kind of wanted this house, this place we could call home, and we lived in places that weren't so great. We lived in a townhouse in Westminster when we first got married that was riddled with mice to the point of where I was sitting watching TV and shooting them with a BB gun. That is not a joke. You could ask my wife. We shot the mice with BB guns. It was so bad that I literally was sitting there eating a piece of pizza. And this is, again, when we first got married 16 years ago, eating a piece of pizza off a plate. And when I reached down to get said pizza, there was a mouse sitting on the crust. Yeah, that's the place we lived in when we first got married. We've had some adventures, some great places, and some blessings. But we were blessed recently, I guess about 3 years ago now, to move into this family home where we are sitting on 16 acres of just beauty. And we have a farmer rents 13 of those acres, and he does his crops. So we have all the wonders of having the farm without having to do any of the work. So it's really a perfect place. But we go through and we found this place, and of course we're always looking for that peace. We're always looking for that place we can call home. And it got me to thinking for today's happy thought. And here we go. In Psalm 27, and this is the Message version of the Bible. Message version of the Bible. I know people have mixed feelings about it, but let me tell you, I love it. It's a mixture of, Eugene Peterson takes his poetic nature and he mixes it with the scripture, and it's usually very accurate scripturally, and I love the way it sounds. So I frequently go there. I'll look at what it says in, the King James, the NIV, all the other official versions, and try to make sure there wasn't too much liberty taken, and that's neither here or there, but just this scripture hits so much, and it's King David in Psalm 27, verse 1 through 5. And please listen along as I read it. Light, space, and zest, that's God. So with him on my side, I'm fearless, afraid of no one and nothing. When vandal hordes ride down, ready to eat me alive, those bullies and toughs fall flat on their face. When besieged, I'm as calm as a baby. When all hell breaks loose, I'm collected and cool. I'm asking God for one thing and one thing only, to live with him in his house my whole life long. I'll contemplate his beauty. I'll study at his feet. That's the only quiet, secure place. In this noisy world, he is our perfect getaway. Remember that today as we're going through, and this is our Thursday Happy Thought. God, his presence being in his house, is our perfect getaway. It doesn't matter where we are physically. If we are living our lives and we're inviting Jesus in our lives and we're inviting the presence of God in our lives, and that's no big official thing. You don't have to be in a church building to do that. You can do that in your car. You can do that anywhere. God says call and he will answer you. He loves spending time with us. So we are always at home when we are in God's presence. And since we know that God is everywhere, and he lives in our hearts, he lives in our souls, we can know that we're always at home. We can have this trust that David had when he said, I'm asking only for one thing and one thing alone, to live my whole life in your beauty. So please take this happy thought. It's a more serious one than I typically have, but I wanted you to feel like that. We're stuck in our homes. We're kind of quarantined. We're there a lot right now. And I know getting out of the house is probably something we really want to start, yearning to do. But remember, no matter what's happening in the world around us, when we go home, our home is always in him. And it can be anywhere. It can be at the grocery store. It can be in our cars. It can be on a long walk. It can be anywhere we are, because we are always at home in the presence of God. And that's the only place that we're free and secure. And he is our perfect getaway. God is our perfect getaway. Thank you so much. I hope you guys have a great week. I'll see you next week with the next webisode of Thursdays. Think happy thoughts. Thanks, guys.
When you're alone and feeling sad and you don't know what to do, when you can't sleep and feel lonely, here's just what you do. Think happy.